You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust.
You've taken a roller coaster ride, right? When you get in and they lock you in, what else did you have to do? Nothing. Enjoy the ride, eat the ride, whatever. That's where I am. Like, here we go. And whatever comes, it comes. July of 2011, I was diagnosed with ALS. That is the one that's affecting my speech and other things like breathing and so on and so forth. I'm able to get around, although I'm not driving anymore. So that's where I am.
Every day I see his faith because he's always believing for healing, and how he's always persevering and trying hard at everything.
One of the things as everybody goes through in the beginning, you always ask why? Why me? What did I do? And so on and so forth.
And I think that's hard for him, but it's really encouraging because it's like, well, if he can do that, then so can I. And it's like seeing him every day is just, it's sad, but it's good in its own little way.
You go through the shock and anger, and then you deny everything, saying, I'm not sick. But then quickly, you go to accept it. And when I say accept it, I start to understand that God is using me and my family in ways that we never could have done had I not been sick. I'm able to reach out to more people and show them His love. And people ask me, how can you talk about a God that loves you when you've got such a disease? And I tell them, this sickness does not come from God. God hates ALS as much as I do. But He can use this for His glory.
I think watching my dad get sick and kind of, I guess, fall apart and become the antithesis of beauty in the world's eyes has been an interestingly good experience for me, because it's taught me a lot of things about Christ and a lot of things about the way that God looks at us.
Look at things a little differently today than I did even a year and a half ago. And when you and I think of beauty, we think of attractive people being pretty, something that's pleasing to the eye.
And God doesn't look at the outside. He doesn't look at my dad and see him sick. He looks at him and sees his spirit and his heart. And my dad's heart is good and healthy, and his faith is strong, and he loves God. And that is what God sees when he looks at my dad.
If you look in the Bible, beauty is really different, because God is all the opposite. Everything God does and wants for us seems to be opposite. I mean, if you want to be first, you have to be last. If you want to lead, you have to serve. If you want to live, you die.
And there are people walking around who are not sick, who are healthy, who have really strong bodies, and who eat all the right food, and who sleep enough hours, and their hearts are ugly and they're sick, and God doesn't look at them and see healthy people beautiful people, he looks at them and sees sick people.
So everything is different in God's economy. And so it is with beauty, because beauty in the Bible, God defines it to be beautiful, is to be like His Son. When you look like Jesus, then you are beautiful.
God sees everything inside out and upside down, because that's the way that His kingdom works.
You know, there's an analogy which was given to me a few years ago. It's the baby analogy. When you're a baby inside your mother's womb, you have everything you need. You have comfort, food, shelter, even freedom in the baby's mind. Then you go through a little pain and you're out here and you experience a whole different level of freedom. You would never think about going back in the womb. And so it is with this world. Even though we think we have everything, all the freedom, we'll go through some pain like I'm going through now. And then I'll move on. And then I'll experience so much freedom that I'll never think about coming back here. So that's the way I think about it. That I'm a person with the spirit experiencing a human existence for a little while. As opposed to most people who think they're a body with a soul. That's not the right way. You really want to turn that around. That you're this infinite being with a human body for a little while. And then we go home. That's a good thing.
I'm making me new. You make me